everyone, Nevada Nail Person. Today I'm going to share the first half of my OPI Venice collection. This collection is rather large. It's 15 polishes, so I think I'm just going to split it in half to make it easier. So originally I wasn't really planning on getting, and then I went to the store and I looked, and then I bought them all. We know how that goes, right? So I got the first 7 filmed. I actually did something a little different while I was loading Windows 10 on the computer. I was actually swatching it on my hands, so I actually took video of my hand with the polish and the bottle. So something a little different for me. So let me share the first half of the OPI Venice collection for fall 2015. So the first shade is called It's a Piazza cake, and it's described as a persimmon cream, and it's like an orangey cream, and actually it's like a cinnamon shade to me. I have some notes down here I was writing as I was swatching them, that it's a kind of a thin formula, 2 coats for full opacity, slightly streaky on the first coat, and then it was okay with the second coat. So it's a Piazza cake. The next shade is called Gimmie a Lido Kiss. Funny names. And this is described as a red shimmer. And when I was swatching Gimmie a Lido Kiss, it's 2 to 3 coats for full opacity. When you see the swatches that I will put over here, every one of the swatches that I will show you are 2 coats and no base coat and no top coat. So when you see this swatch, I use 2 coats, but you might want 3 coats for full opacity. This shade is very, very, very dupeable. There must be a billion shades out there from OPI that has this red shimmer. And the other thing I noted is it was really hard to take off. So for those few minutes it was on my fingers, it was already starting to stain. So you might want a nice hefty base coat if you use Gimmie a Lido Kiss. This next shade is called Amore at the Canal. And this is described as a red cream, and again, probably dupeable. There's probably a trillion shades out there very similar to the shade. I'd say it's a true red, maybe with a hint of brown, like a warmer shade, not really orange, more of like a brown, deeper shade. But it's described just as a straight red cream. 2 coats for full opacity. The formula was a little thin, and this one seemed like it would have some staining issues as well. So any red really. So it did stain around my cuticle area, as did the previous one, Lido Kiss. So this is Amore at the Canal. This next shade is called Tiramisu For Two, and this is probably my favorite out of the bunch. This is described as a pinkish nude, and I would say it's a pinkish nude. It really didn't have a good description out there, but I would say it's more of a pinky tone nude. This one was 2 coats for full opacity, and it had a really, really great formula. Looks great on the hands. It does give you a little bit of that mannequin hand effect. I prefer shades like this. It's a great shade to wear. Looking forward to wearing this shade. I think it's beautiful. This next shade, equally beautiful, is called Gelato On My Mind. And this is described as a cool pastel blue. And what I noted is on the first coat it was very streaky and a little bit clumpy, if you will. You could probably see in the swatch that I provided there's a little bit of bumpiness. We had full opacity with the second coat, but I do know it is a thick formula. But again, it's such a pretty shade. Very, very pretty shade. It's a true blue. And not that I'm knocking it, but this doesn't seem like a fall shade to me, so I would certainly wear this now. Beautiful blue shade. You know I love my blues. So this is called Gelato On My Mind. This next shade, which you won't be able to see the writing on the bottle, is called My Gondola or Yours. And this is a black. And it's described as a black cream. But I made a notation here when I was writing some notes as I was swatching. On the first coat, I noted that it was possibly a jelly, and even a gray. I wasn't sure on the color when I first applied the actual first coat. So even with 2 coats for, I would say, full opacity, possibly 3, depending on how heavy-handed you are. I use 2 coats. I would say it's almost like a jelly-type formula. So it's a black, nothing too much to write home about. It's just a straight-up black. So if you're looking for a black, it was a pretty good formula. But other than that, it was black, which is good. Sometimes we want to wear our black nail polish too. But I was expecting something a little more, and it was just black. So, and the final shade is called Baroque, but Still Shopping, and this is one of the limited edition polishes from this collection. This is just a shimmery gold with pieces of glitter in it, so you can see them pretty well right there. I noted on the first coat that it was very clumpy, and the glitter particles were very apparent and sticking off the edge of my fingers. You can actually try 1 coat with this. It was a little bit thick. This is what I did leave on my hand, so this is what I actually swatched earlier, and I just threw a top coat on. So this was 2 coats, and this is 1 coat. So I just used the 1 coat with a 1 top coat over, and this is 2 coats of Baroque but Still Shopping. So I don't think you could tell too much. This is the first 1 coat, and this is 2 coats. So I don't know about this polish. It's something's off with it. I'm not loving it. It's certainly different of the bunch, but the glitter particles are really apparent. Like I noted, it caught on my cotton shirt, so I mean it is sticking out a little bit even with a top coat. So it's different, but not a favored. It says that it's a gold shade, but I get hints of green in there. So that is Baroque but Still Shopping. So that is the first half of my OPI Venice collection, and hope you like it. I hope you like this format, something different. So that's it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.